You ever stop and think about what's really going on in your head when you decide to buy something? We all like to think we're in the driver's seat, making rational choices. But the truth is, our brains are running a much, much deeper show behind the scenes. So, let's pull back the curtain and see what's really happening. I want you to think back to the last time you bought a new phone. Seriously, picture it. Did you actually sit down with a spreadsheet, comparing processor speeds and camera specs? Or was it something else? Did you just pick it up and the way it looked, the way it felt in your hand, just sealed the deal? It feels like a simple question, right? But the answer is way more complicated than you think. So we're going to use this phone right here as our guide. We're going to unpack this one decision to explore the hidden forces that drive almost all of our choices. Because it turns out understanding why we buy things is really about understanding how our own minds work. Okay, so first things first. Let's start with the story we usually tell ourselves about how we make decisions. You know the one. It's the classic showdown between the logical part of our brain and the emotional part. Yeah, you've definitely seen this before, right? This idea that our brain is split right down the middle. On one side, you've got the left brain, the analyst. It's all about logic, numbers, facts. And on the other side, you've got the right brain, the artist. It's creative, intuitive, it sees the big picture. It's a really neat and tidy model, but it's not the whole story. Not even close. It's just a tiny piece of the puzzle. And here's where things get really interesting. The reality is that most of what we do, day in and day out, isn't driven by some conscious debate between two halves of our brain. Nope. It's actually guided by these deep, powerful subconscious processes that we don't even know are happening. And listen, this isn't just some fun little psychology theory. Entire industries, massive, billion-dollar industries, are built on this exact idea. It's a professional discipline, and they call it emotional forecasting. Just think about that for a second. Some of the biggest companies in the world, in tech, cars, fashion, they have experts whose entire job is to predict how we are going to feel in the future. They design products specifically to tap into those future moods, to create a bond so strong that we don't just want the product, we feel like we actually need it. So, to really understand how they do that, we need to go a little deeper. We need to look at the mind's two fundamental operating systems, the conscious mind and the subconscious. And the difference between them is just staggering. Our subconscious is lightning fast, it's automatic, and it can handle a ton of things at once. It's how you can drive a car without actively thinking about every single little move. Your conscious mind, though, it's slow, it's deliberate, and it has very limited resources. We really only fire it up for new or potentially dangerous situations that need our full, undivided attention. So your conscious mind is basically just what you're aware of right this second. It's great at identifying, comparing, and analyzing one thing at a time. But here's the thing. It's only the very, very tip of the iceberg. Because underneath the surface, that's where the real powerhouse is, the subconscious. It's like this enormous memory bank that has stored everything you've ever experienced. Its main job is to instantly match what's happening right now to a pattern from your past, and that shapes your reaction before you're even aware you're having one. Okay, now we're going to get even more specific. We can actually map these two systems onto the physical evolutionary structure of the brain. The best way to think about it is that we don't have one brain, we kind of have three, all layered one on top of the other. So first up, at the very core, you've got the reptilian brain. This is our oldest, most primitive brain. It's all about one thing, survival. Its reactions are automatic and almost instantaneous. We're talking fight or flight, finding food, the basics. This part of your brain decides if something is attractive or threatening before you've even had a chance to think about it. Layered right on top of that is the mammalian brain. You can think of this as the emotional brain. It evolved to help us deal with social situations. It's where all our feelings about status, about belonging, and about group dynamics come from. It's constantly making these subtle judgments about, our place in the pack. And finally, on the very top, we've got the neo-mammalian brain, or the neocortex. This is our new brain, the most recent upgrade. This is where conscious, rational thought actually happens. It's the part that lets us use logic, think about consequences, and it's the part that lets you hear that little voice inside your head. Okay, so now that we have this much richer picture of the brain, let's go all the way back to our original question. It's time to put all of these pieces together and take one last look at that phone. And knowing everything we know now, let's ask again. Why did you really choose it? Was it just a logical choice or just an emotional one? Or was there something much, much bigger going on? Well, here's the real answer. It wasn't one of your brains making the choice, it was all three of them, working together perfectly. Your new neo-mammalian brain, yeah, it was busy comparing the camera specs on the price. But at the exact same time, your mammalian brain was thinking about what that brand says about you, about your social status. And even faster than that, your ancient reptilian brain had an instant gut reaction to the sleek design, the beautiful color, and the simple feeling of it in your hand. This is exactly what those emotional forecasters are counting on. And that, right there, is the most important thing to take away from all this. Making a decision isn't a battle between logic and emotion. It's a seamless collaboration between every single part of your brain, from your most ancient survival instincts to your most advanced rational thought. Each part gets a vote. So, as you go about your day, just remember this. Your brain is making thousands of these subconscious choices all the time. Every little thing you do is the result of this incredible, invisible teamwork happening inside your head. The only question is, now that you know it's happening, which choice will you notice next?